Hey guys, this is Jack from Jack's Garage. We got the black Model X back in the garage and we're going to work on Plasti Dip in the wheels. So let's get started. So the kit we've got is from dipyourcar.com. Came with 4 cans of anthracite gray. We've got the glossifier, the clear gloss. Then we have the dip release that we'll put on the tire so we'll be able to peel off the overspray. And then we also have the pre-dip spray that we'll actually put on the wheels before we spray them. Came with a cloth and the plastic bags that you'd stick over your calipers inside of the rim, but we're not going to use those today. So the kit was about $65 and we're going to get started now. We're ready to take the wheels off. So we've got in the car, you hit controls and then suspension and then jack. This will allow us to take the wheels off without affecting the car. In this step we're going to take off the caps and then take the lug nuts off. We're going to slide it, put it up the jack or on the jack point here. I'll demonstrate how we're going to do that. So we've got 2 little tools to pop off the lug nut covers. You can see that we had painted them before. So this will be the second time we've coated the wheels. There we go. So pretty easy to get off. Right there. I got a 21mm socket for lug nuts. So one thing, the wheels themselves are particular for the side that they're on. So we're actually going to label them like this is the front left, that's the back left, and then the same on the other side, just so we put them on in the exact same spot we took them off. Alright, oops, oh that one flew off. So that looks pretty awesome. We'll clean that up while we're down here. Looking for a good place to put the jack stand because we want to jack all 4 up at one time. There. So let's see how that goes. Super slow. Super slow. There we go. When the wheels are off, this is a perfect opportunity to get the insides really scrubbed out and get them clean. So I've got some spray. We're going to let it sit on here for a few minutes and then really scrub them well. So getting a good scrub on the inside won't be as difficult when we're doing regular car washes to get them clean. But there's a lot of brake dust on the inside we want to get off. After doing a deep clean on the wheels, I've got the pre-dip spray. We're going to spray this pre-dip spray on it, wipe it down really well, try to get every bit of water off of the rim surface and the tire surface so that nothing will stick to it. And then we'll put the releasing agent on the outside. But it kind of smells like it's a degreaser. So I'm going to spray it on here generously and then wipe it down really well. It's going to remove all of any leftover chemicals from tire wet or Armor All that we put on there. I've got the new microfiber towel that came with the kit. I'm going to let it sit on here for a minute and then just wipe it off. Now be sure to get it super dry because then the dip is just going to peel right off in those dirty or wet spots. I've got the dip release agent that we're going to apply to the tires. So any of the overspray that gets onto the tire itself will just be able to peel it right off. But you want to make sure not to get it on any of that lip on the rim because then you'll just peel off the dip or the spray that you just put on there. I'm going to put a little on the tip of the rag and just go right along the inside. So I'm using the fingernail as a guide to keep it off of the rim. And then you kind of want to get as much as you can or spread it on the tire itself so that none of it sticks on the tire. So we're going to do a little pre-spray on the plastic there just to get the coating out. But we're going to put a thick layer on the inside, right where we put the heavy agent release on there. And then we'll do our tack coat through the web of the wheel. So you can see it's putting it on there kind of thick on the outside. And then we'll just put our tack coat and then we'll let that dry. And then we'll put on another coat. We've let it dry for about 8 minutes. Now we're going to put the second coat on, where it'll be about 99% coverage. You can see how good the wheels are already looking with this new color. These are our lug nut caps. We're going to spray those also. You can see where we sprayed them last time. You can't really see that when they go in. So we're going to make sure we get a real good coat on the top. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do 3 coats on these. One thin, light tack coat, and then we'll do a couple other coats just to make sure they really get covered and look good. This will be our 4th coat. The wheel's turning out looking great. So we might not even use the glossifier because we're liking the flat finish of the rim itself. So we'll get started on that now. Since this was the second time we Plasti Dipped these wheels, we had overspray from before from cleaning them without putting that plastic bag inside. So one thing I found that was easy to get this overspray off is to take a little bit of mineral spirits, pour it into a little 3M scrubber, there's a green pad, and there's a good lip on the Model X wheels that you won't get any of the mineral spirits splashed on there. But carefully, you can scrub this and get the wheel looking as good as new. So with a little bit of elbow grease and just some back and forth motion, you'll pull up all of the overspray from before, or if there's any road grime left over, and you just wipe it with a good cloth. But you can see that finish looks really shiny and new. So I'm ready to put the tire back on. Got it closed. These are the labels that we put left front, so we remember to put it on the right side in the right orientation. Close here. And then we also got, instead of using the impact right away, got a real small or thin-walled socket so that we can get these on without scraping any of our paint. So I'm going to pre-put these on with my finger so they don't scrape anything. And then we'll push it on. So I'm just going to snug up a couple of these, and then I'll use the impact on the end of this and get them on tight, and then use my breaker bar. Alright. So I've snugged them up, set it back on the ground, and we'll use the breaker bar sure they're all on here tight. Putting a little bit of the dip release on the rag, and I'm looking for to rub it, and then we get a little piece up so I can peel the overspray off like this. So you can see it's coming up, and just pull along to get it to come off the tire. Peeling off real easy, closer to the rim where we put it on really heavy. Look at that. Exactly how it's supposed to work. That's great. So I'm using bleach white because I don't want to use up all of my dip release agent. So we got to do the other wheels. So I'm taking some and spraying it on a rag. And then just kind of letting it sit in here, rubbing it on there, let it soak on for a minute, and then doing a hard scrub to get the rest off. A lot of little grooves on the outer edge of the tire, and then while I'm doing this, trying not to touch the rim at all. And I've got a little scrub brush. Try to get in those little grooves. And then we'll wipe it again. So, not all the way off, but I'll keep trying that until I get every bit of it off. Alright, so we're all finished up. We got 4 coats of the anthracite gray on the wheels. We ended up not using the glossifier. We really like the flat matte finish. Really sets it off well. If you remember, we did all the blackout over the chrome trim on the X. Still looks great. It matches the trim above the wheels, and it really sets it off well. And I'm not sure if we'll ever see an X quite like this on the road. It looks pretty great. So if you like what you've seen, why don't you try it yourself? And thanks for watching the video, and tune in next time.